Results from a new study reveal a third of young American millennials aren't sure that the Earth is round.
A national poll found that 18 to 24-year-olds are the largest group in the country who believe the Earth could be flat.
Step 1. Send your child to public school. Surrounded by images of our solar system, they will be taught everything they need to know about the world we live in. Step 2. Teach them about evolution. Constantly remind them how we have evolved from monkeys. Remind them that we are getting smarter and better in everything we do. And that once upon a time, people actually believed the Earth was flat, floating on the back of elephants. Such primitive minds. Step 3. Talk about the edge. We don't want you falling off now.
Perhaps one of the biggest issues with the flat Earth theory is this. If the Earth is flat, why don't we fall off the edge?
This model, of course, neglects the fact that such a planet shape would be impossible.
Step 4. Show them actual photographs of the Earth. But shh! Don't tell them that they're actually photoshopped, or that their favourite astronauts are repeatedly caught using wires and CGI. Step 5. Convince them that one day they too will be able to walk on the moon, or live on Mars. One day. One day.
Like that Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows?
Neil Armstrong, you mean the first man to walk on the moon?
Talk about a fish story.
Yeah.
Man, and they're buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Step 6. Remember to sit your child in front of a television as soon as they get home. Don't let them play outside. Just give them a gadget or device. There's so much they can learn. Step 7. Teach them about aliens. And dinosaurs. Ah, that magic phrase. Billions of years ago. Step 8. Take them to the beach and let them watch the ships sail over the horizon. Just don't let them borrow your binoculars. Step 9. Still not impressed? How about sending up your very own air balloon? Just make sure that camera has a fisheye lens on it if you want to get that full curved effect. Step 10. Show them photos and videos of the stars and planets. Not your own though. Tell them that they too live on ones just like this. There's nothing unique about us. No, nothing at all. Step 11. On the off chance that your child still questions if the Earth is really a spinning ball, just go ahead and make fun of them. They'll soon stop. Or better still, just show them a Beatles video. That should do the trick.
Anything as massive as the Earth, shaped like a flat disk, would, under its own gravity, naturally collapse back into a ball, or so we've been told. What if gravity isn't real? What if the Earth is in fact flat and science has been wrong all along?
Step 12. If they still decide to ignore the herd, try creating your own website or group and call it something cool like the Flat Earth Society. Just be sure to add a few ridiculous claims in there, and only a moron would be stupid enough to take the flat earth seriously.
The flat disk of Earth is merely accelerating up at 9.8 meters per second.
Step 13. Don't forget to talk more about that edge.
For people that think the Earth is flat, as if it was flat, wouldn't the edge be a really popular vacation spot? I know I would want to look over that edge. That's all I have to say about that.
Do you ever have moments when you're there and you're looking out of a window and your thoughts stray sort of elsewhere?
There's a couple of things that I think about. One is the atmosphere. Looks incredibly flat, fragile, fragile. Almost like a contact lens over an eyeball.
Step 14. Keep them away from truth channels. The last thing you want is people actually finding out what the flat earth is all about. Step 15. Troll those flat earth videos. I know you don't believe, but let them know you don't believe. They need to know how stupid they are. And don't worry about the subject title. If they're answering questions about circumnavigation, ask them about sunsets. And if they're talking about sunsets, ask them about circumnavigation. Don't even ask them about it, just tell them how stupid they are. Whatever you do, just be sure not to actually watch the video. You don't want to risk having to think for yourself. Step 16. Come up with a really unique insult like flatard. Ha 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 ha. So original. Make several accounts so you can say it more than once. Even better. Step 17. Ignore what your own eyes and senses tell you. Teach them that being open-minded is dangerous. And we should believe every word we are told. Our leaders have no reason to lie. Besides, we have really smart scientists and super cool computer graphics. Who needs common sense?
So why didn't I flinch? Because the laws of science differ fundamentally from those of...
Step 18. Label Flat Earth as just another conspiracy theory, and put it in the same category as believing in the Illuminati, 9/11, or believing in the Tooth Fairy. That should put a lot of people off. Step 19. Worship gravity. No matter how many times they explain that the Earth is a plane and not a planet, ignore them and remind them that a floating disc can't possibly survive in space because, you guessed it, gravity. Step 20. If all else fails and your child still doesn't conform, just label them as autistic or mentally ill. Pump them full of pills and send them off to uni. They will be back to believing in NASA and worshipping that globe in no time. We hope you enjoyed this how-to guide. Good luck, and remember, don't stray too far south. We don't want you falling off that edge now. Goodbye.